Welcome to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand. Yes. Welcome back for another video on the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand. I hope everyone is doing well. A couple comments in already. J Milne Films, how are we, sir? Jack Wilson, a Chelsea fan, obviously reminded me of the Aston Villa score. So thank you very much for that, mate. Really good to see. Right, episode 19 of Top of the Kops. A great show we've got lined up for you. And to join me is a very new friend of mine, but an absolute hustler, and I rate it. He's the new AFTV presenter. He's got a smile from ear to ear. It's man like Cecil G. How are we, sir?
Come on, G. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. How are you? Everything all right?
Yeah, mate. Listen, we've been having a chat off camera about our stresses and whatnot. But listen, this is a good opportunity to forget all about that and focus on some good content, and that's what we're here to do. Talk to us quickly, though, bro. But just before we start, for people that might not know you, you've obviously just joined AFTV as the new presenter. Talk to us about your role there, because we're going to be seeing a lot more of this kid. Trust me.
Definitely. So obviously, Cecil G, I'm the new presenter of AFTV. It's a big role for me. Basically, I've got a lot of history in this. I used to be a professional footballer at Crawley Town from 16 to 18. Left football and then went into performing arts and started dancing and stuff, which you'll probably get to see later down the line with AFTV. Yeah, come on, little, you know what I mean? See me, little movers, okay. So after that, I just just out in the world of the industry. You know, I go just floating around doing bits and bobs, modelling, doing some adverts. You may see me from Sky Sports doing the Shaw commercial. Done a few bits, body doubling for footballers and stuff. And then I had a documentary filmed by the guys here at AFTV about my time as a footballer. And through that, I kind of got connected with the team. I saw Robbie put a LinkedIn post looking for a new presenter. You know what? I feel like I'm the right guy for that. I kind of know them. And yeah, I went there, had a few rounds of meetings, and then here we are. Brand new AFTV.
Do you know what makes me know that you're good, though? Because I see that LinkedIn post and there was about 4,000 likes on it, bro. So you must have cut through.
You know what? I actually remind myself of that quite a bit. You know, it sounds wet and sad, but I've screenshotted that LinkedIn post to know, like, listen, you overcome and beat all these people to the position that you're in now. So yeah, you got to kind of, sometimes you got to beat yourself up at times. So yeah, man, I'm glad you saw that as well, because yeah, it was a lot of people that we had to kind of get the position. So I'm glad to be here, man.
Jeez, love that, man. Well, listen, what we've got coming up on tonight's show, we're going to be rounding up all the weekend's action, as well as looking ahead to the European games, both tonight, tomorrow, and Thursday, which is the day I believe Arsenal play in Europe these days. And we'll also be reading a few of your comments, so get them in now. Of course, the match day mixer, an essential part of Top of the Kops. Really looking forward to getting into Cecil's choices for match day mixer. And then I've got two classic would you rather questions with the Top of the Kops moments at the end as well. So if you have got any questions, get them in right now. Mushin says Tottenham will always be shit. Big up the Kop TV. I think he's saying that because in the title I've said what happened to Spurs. So we're going to get into that, Cecil. Hold it. But the first thing I wanted to talk to you about, obviously being a Liverpool channel, we'll speak briefly on Everton 2, Liverpool 2. I mean, listen, I was with you yesterday, bro. I know your thoughts on this already, but for the people there, should Pickford have been sent off? Silly question, really. But talk to me about what you saw.
So my opinion is, like, I think he should have been sent off. The only reason why I say that as well is because firstly, it's dangerous play, and secondly, it's ACL, bro. Like, I know that's my biggest fear as a player. I'm kind of out the game now, but as a player, I was feared of getting that injury, and I know how serious it is. Like, even when Van Dijk comes back, I don't think he'll be the same personally. So really? That's what. Yeah, bro. Like, ACL is not a joke. Like, they got the best physios and whatnot in the world, and I understand that. But an ACL, it's not just the injury; it's the mental battle where you have to be confident on your knee, and the balance can change in position, change in pace, or whatnot. I feel like he should have been sent off. I think it was a tragic tackle, and if I'm honest, I don't think he even needed to go in like that. Like I said, back when I said to you the other day, I think Van Dijk was going off the pitch anyway. Like, he didn't need that much force, but listen, all the best to Van Dijk. I hope he recovers well and fast, as much as it kind of helps us if we ever play you that he's out of the team. But I don't, I mean, I hope he gets back to his best, his last self, because he was great, man. He's a great defender and deserves to be staying fit again. So, yeah, that's my opinion, man.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. I think you're right to think that he might not come back the same. But the only thing that I would say against that is in 2014 or 15, Jamie Vardy absolutely finished him. And I think he did his ligaments in his ankle. And I've done my ligaments in my ankle. I've snapped my ankle, done the ligaments at the same time playing football. That's tough. But the knee's a different ball game. The knee is a lot more complicated, I think, than the ankle. But he obviously, after that injury, came back and became the best defender in the world. So he's also got all the support there that he's going to need. Klopp has already said we'll be waiting for him like a wife waits for a husband in jail. So you already know he's going to be welcomed back with open arms. But it's interesting to hear that. Anyway, the other main talking point, bro, and it's so frustrating to even be... I mean, I've only just been able to talk about this in the open without getting annoyed. So,
Alex? Yo. What happened there?
Not quite sure what happened there, but we're back. It's fine. Like,
whoa.
We're here.
Cool.
We're here. Right, offside, bro. I mean, it's frustrating for me to talk about still. Only just got over it. But clearly wasn't offside. But even as an Arsenal fan, bro, as a neutral watching the game, you must be annoyed at that, because that could easily happen and probably has happened to Arsenal. But when stuff like that happens, listen, we can all have a laugh and a joke. It's the rival. But realistically, it's ruining the game, bro.
Yeah. I'm going to agree with you. I mean, it's the law, it's the letter of the law, which they have to abide by. However, what you just said there, I think it's just ruining the game. I feel like those margins are ridiculous. I don't even know what it was. Was it the shoulder? Was it the elbow? I mean, I believe it has to be the shoulder or the back, because it says anything that you can't score from. So if it was below the elbow, then it shouldn't be offside because you can't score with it. So I guess it's shoulder, but the fraction was so small. The margins, it's killing the game, bro. I just think, it really is. Ruining it. Yeah, it's just like, do you know what it is? It's a whole new world. Like, just saying, like, when teams score, they're now not even celebrating too much. They're waiting to see what they're going to decide, and then they're going to celebrate. Like, it's killing the game. When, like I said, when fans are back, let us back in, please, as soon as possible. When fans are back, like, how are we going to react? How are we going to celebrate? Like, when teams score, we're not going to be able to see what they're doing in the VAR offices. So we're going to be sat there waiting for a verdict. It's going to be a mad thing, bro.
Do you know what? I saw a great clip on Twitter today, and it was a clip from the A-League in Australia. Don't know if you saw it, but basically, a foul happens on the pitch, and the viewer of this game has full transparency to hear the conversation between the VAR and the ref. Now, these refs in Australia, they get so much more respect than the refs do here. I mean, everyone shouts abuse at refs. But I think, listen, motherfucking hell, if you're going to charge me 15 quid to watch a game, the least I deserve is to be able to hear the conversation. Because then, if I hear it, at least I'll be able to understand it a little bit more. If you can't hear the conversation between David Coote and Michael Oliver, who was the ref on Sunday, it just becomes this whole espionage, cloak and dagger business where there's certain things going on backstage that you would call maybe. Listen, there was rumours that David Coote's a United fan. I just want some transparency, bro.
Yeah, word. No, listen. I hear you loud. Especially like you said, if we're paying the pay-per-view, which by the way is absolute bullshit. If we're paying that, we should hear everything. I want to hear what the players, what they eat, how they breathe. I want to hear every conversations in the back, in the changing rooms, what their managers say. If I'm paying that money, I want to hear everything. When they leave the game and they're on the coach journey back, I want to hear what's going on, especially for that sort of money. I feel like we need transparency, and yeah, regarding VAR, it's a joke. Like what you said, we should be able to hear the conversation so we can at least understand how they came to the conclusion of it being a goal or whatnot. So, yeah, man.
I just think there needs to be huge changes and it needs to happen very soon. We've seen the plans today, Cecil, that apparently Liverpool and United are leading plans to build a new European Super League. I mean, bro, when I see stuff like that, it makes me sick. I'm not going to lie. I just had James Redmond on the channel a couple of hours ago, and we were talking about how every day now, every week, it seems to me like something else comes up that just drags the integrity away. PPV, VAR, you know, stupid decisions, the Super League, the big fan project. It's a mess, bro.
It's a mess. It's a mess. Not letting fans back in, even in small amounts. It's just like the game's just being more and more. It's becoming more like a machine, bro. And if I'm honest, like I kind of left football anyway because not that I could see it going that way. I'm not going to say it like that, but I wasn't enjoying it. So I can't even imagine what it's like now for players. And it may seem to fans that it's the highlight and whatnot, but I feel like they're probably not even enjoying football at times because it's ridiculous, bro. It's becoming a machine.
Yeah, it's not going in the right direction at all. So let's move on. Tottenham 3, West Ham 3. Title of this video is how did Spurs kind of blow that 3-goal lead? I mean, Jose has literally come out after and said they're not strong enough psychologically. I mean, to say that about your own team when you were 3-0 up at half time, let's be honest, he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
If you throw away a goal lead like that, I mean, is that accurate and is it fair?
I don't know. Like as a player,
you don't want to do you?
That would annoy me. Yeah, that would annoy me. That would annoy me because they've probably been through a lot just to get to where they are in their careers. And here, like you're not mentally strong enough to hold a lead. Like from your manager as well. Yeah, that would annoy me, especially when he's made the decision to bring Bay along, which is the right decision, I suppose. But you can't just then after he's done all the hard work, obviously missed the shot, which is brilliant. But saying he's not mentally strong enough, like that. The last goal, Lanzini. Baller, absolute banger of a goal, but that's not down to mentality of holding a lead. That was a wonder goal, like that's 1 in a million. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, Tottenham fans, they are the greatest, bro. I've saw so many memes, and there was one of the fans saying like, "We're back." The whole Premier League are fearing us. We're back at 3-0. You know, bro, their fitness. I was dying. It can only happen to Spurs. Only, literally, like their luck is it's nuts. So yeah, man, that made my weekend. Like I was so down at the Man City game for us losing to Man City 1-0. Like that was my first week here at AFTV. I was thinking, we could start with a win, but that 3-3 changed everything.
Yeah, Darren Whelan here says it's going to be a crazy, strange season. The Spurs and West Ham game summed up the season so far. Drowsy says, big up the Kop TV and Cecil. Also, why are you good at ball, Cecil? I mean, listen, actually, you know what? We're gonna touch on this during match day mix-up. Yeah, because Cecil's got some stories and he is a baller. I'm not gonna lie, he's a baller.
Cool. Yeah, there's it's all in the archive. You can check.
Yeah, trust me. There's clips. Trust me. Claudia T says it's not up to Mourinho to sort that out. Expressions of fuming. That clip of expressions was great as well. Let's talk about Newcastle United. They scored 3 in the last kind of 10 minutes. United did to beat them. Beautiful thing to come out of this game, Cess, and I think you'll agree, bro, is that the Newcastle fans, instead of donating £15 to pay for the game, they raised up to 20 grand to the West End Food Bank. That's just power of the people. That's I love stuff like that. Big up the Jordan.
Facts. People should follow suit. Like other clubs should follow suit, or other I should really speak to Robbie and see like if we could set a little thing up as well, because we got to use our voice and our power. I feel like the people don't realize how powerful we are. Like we could literally stop this $14.99 subscription or whatever it is. They just refusing to pay it and like doing things like that and donating to charity. Yeah, man, big up Newcastle fans and that respect.
Trust me. Let's quickly touch on your game before we get on to European football. It was one of those games for me, bro, where City scored early on, 20 minutes in, and then you were quite happy not to lose more than 1-0. They were quite happy to keep it like that. bit of a nothing game in the end.
Yeah, do you know what? I think the first half, we were kind of in the game. Like, I thought it was in the game. I feel like I was competing. Everything was going well. I thought, you know what? We might get something. Obviously, we went 1-0 down. And, yeah, I feel like Arteta, because he's worked so well, I think he tried to do something different and obviously put Willian in the false nine. And he must have worked on it in training and done shape and had a game plan. But what annoyed me, the only thing that annoyed me was, where was the plan B? Like, what was the backup plan? That's what annoyed me. I feel like after the first half, the players of Man City and Pep kind of sussed out what was going on, was going down the left wing a lot and trying to bring in Willian, but it wasn't working. And Man City shut it off. And then after that, I think Arteta was like, well, I guess what happens now? Bring on Party for the last 8 minutes. That annoyed me as well. So, yeah, man, I just feel like within the game, it was quite, like you said, pretty much a nothing game. And I'm upset we didn't get a point from it or a win. But you know what? It is what it is. I just feel like Arteta needs, as long as he has next time, come with a plan B to try something different, you know?
Yeah, got it. Right, Champions League returning tonight. Man United playing PSG, but tomorrow Liverpool travel to Amsterdam to face Ajax. And you know what, bro? I'm not going to lie to you. The one thing that's pissed me off about COVID the most is probably me getting robbed of an away day in Amsterdam, watching the boys play against Ajax. Are you mad?
It's an absolute vibe, by the way. I'd be fuming as well. That would be an absolute. Amsterdam is lit. I know you already know. Amsterdam's where it's at. For real.
What can we expect from the Dutch champions? It's listen, tough draw for Liverpool to get drawn away to them first away. Very different team, bro, to when they played Tottenham in that Champions League semi. They've sold Ziyech, Van der Beek. A lot more players have left. What can we expect from this one? Because, like I said, De Jong's gone, De Ligt's gone, Ziyech, Van der Beek. How do you see this one? Probably, and I'm not going to lie, we're probably having Fabinho and Gomez at centre back tomorrow night.
I was going to say, I don't really know. I'm quite intrigued to hear your opinion because obviously you got players out, bro. Like, I'd be intrigued to see.
Well, I think basically to come out of Saturday, obviously no Van Dijk, obviously no Thiago for this one. Matip went in to have a scan. He underwent a scan yesterday, and it's not looking good for him either. I mean, that boy is made out of crisps. Like, the last time he played more than 2 games in a row, it must have been a long time ago. So I just want to see a little bit more of consistency with Matip. But in terms of injuries, obviously Alisson's still out. It'll probably be... Listen, I'm doing a lineup prediction, by the way, in about 2 hours. Watch that.
Because after naming all of that, I didn't know that many people were out of your team, bro. I'm going to be intrigued to see what you think.
See how he does the midfield without Fabinho and Thiago. I'm probably going to see Milner tomorrow. I'll put my hat on that, actually, just because Klopp really trusts Milner in big Champions League nights, always plays it safe. But if we were going to go with a score prediction for that one, bro, how do you see that one ended up? I know it's tough to predict.
Yeah, it's hard. It's a hard one. Let's say, I feel like you could leak goals now, which is mad to think. That one. Obviously, you're going to go back to a couple of weeks ago, but I'm saying, yeah, it could be a high scoring game. I'm going to say 3-2. I don't know which way though.
I don't know which way. If you're on my channel, we'll go with Liverpool. So Cecil 3-2 the Reds. I rate that.
Do you think, before we move on, do you think Milner can do a 90 for you guys? I don't think he can last. Do you think he can last a 90?
Gee, he's the fittest Don in the whole squad.
I know he does. Yeah, he is very like the captain. He's
test every year.
Okay. I just don't know if I don't think he has it in him. We'll see anyway. We'll see.
What you should remember though is when we got to the final in 17-18, our midfield for the whole campaign was Henderson, Oxlade, and Milner, and we got to the final. So that English trio got us far. So I think Milner's more than capable of stepping in. He'll wear the captain's armband if Hendo's not playing. But yeah, looking forward to that. I'm going to whack on a little 3-2 to Liverpool as well. I do think there will be goals. We're going to go with the same prediction. Listen, I said on Saturday it was going to be 3-2 to Liverpool. I'm doing up all of this stuff. I told you it was going to be 3-2. And then obviously the goal was disallowed. So that video got deleted quick time.
We've all been there. I'll tell you, we've all been there.
Right, let's get on to my favourite part of the show. It's the Matchday Mixer. Now, the Matchday Mixer, if you're not familiar with it before, basically, obviously we can't go to games now. So I thought I'd bring the 5 best parts of the Matchday experience to the viewers. So I've asked Cess to pick out a jacket and trainer combo, music, meal, and a drink. So let's get into these. Some great selections, I cannot lie. We're going to start off with, I always start on the coat, to be fair. I don't know why. But when Robbie was on, he had the same coat. And it's this bad boy, the Canada Goose. Yeah. You've got to stay warm out here, B.
We have the same jacket, which is mad. We have the same jacket, which is crazy. I think his is just a different color. Mine's navy blue, and his is, I think his is black. Or it's black. So bro, listen. In football, watching football, you're always cold, man. There's no matter what time of the year in England, it's always cold. Like you always have to have layers. Like I'm a long johns man as well. I got long johns on. So the Canada Goose with the long johns, I'm set, bro. I can sit and watch a game and feel warm, you know what I mean?
Yeah, big fan of the Canada Goose. Now, obviously, you got to wear some fly crepes to match it. The Nike Zoom Spiritons. Talk to me about these, bro, because, listen, you can't be wearing these in the winter, though. Surely this is a summer.
Hey, I forgot how nice they look. But then that's what look crisp. Jeez, look at that. No, on a serious one, I've recently got them, and I wear them quite often. And they're most comfortable trainers I kind of have. Like obviously, I wear Yeezys a lot as well. Also quite very comfortable. But these Nike Spiritons, honestly, they're so comfortable. Obviously, the white now on match day could be a bit risky, which I didn't really consider. I forgot. You know, there'd be big, heavy guys walking around, stepping them, trying to get past. Excuse me, and then crushing on. They're the trainers at the moment for me because they're mad comfortable.
Let me put you in a situation though, G. I've eaten a lot of food outside the Emirates on away days there in the past. I've actually got food poisoning from one of the burger vans. I'm still looking for that Sue claim. But let me put you in this situation. So you're wearing your Canada Goose. You've got your Spiritons on. It's the first game back at the Emirates. You're bopping through. Just come out of Holloway Road Station. You're bopping down there. Well, actually, you're probably just walking from the office. And you got your Spiritons on, all whites. And a guy has got a hot dog on his hand. You go, sorry, mate, can I just squeeze past? He goes, oh, shit. And bare ketchup from his hot dog goes on them. The sausage falls on there. The onions. Bro,
the onions as well. A little Spiriton sandwich there. Do you know what?
But what do you do in that situation?
Do you know what? Yeah, the old Cecil now would be wilding out and going mad. I'm gonna be honest. The younger, naive, not got nothing to lose Cecil would be wilding out. But the Cecil, bit older in his life, mature. You know what I mean? I say mature, a bit more grown up would be take a deep breath, come inside myself and stuff. Okay, she say, bro, I can hear the story. I'm sorry. But I say, bro, you know what? It's okay. And I need to remember. All I would think was, you know what? It happened. And if I'm honest, you see them Spiritons? Little tip for you lot, anyone watching, you can stick them in a washing machine. They come out cocaine white again. So you know what I mean? That's the one. So I feel like it's not that deep. Like I said, the old Cecil may while out and think you got to get me a new pair. But the old Cecil's not in the position he was in. So you know what I mean? That's what
I've been in that situation, bro, where like I'm a big sneakerhead, bro. I got over 150 pairs. Like I've been center for Soul Supplier, and I'm big in the crepe world. I love it. I love getting new trainers, and I'm very lucky, like you are as well, to be sent stuff, and it's amazing. But I don't know if I could hold my cool like yourself, because see if that happened to me, bro. Definitely a 10-second stare in the eyes, definitely. And then if it escalates, then it escalates. What? But if you're doing onions, on my crepe,
and the ketchup,
and the mustard and all this, I'm looking at you like,
you better say something.
Are you all right, mate? What's happening? And then it depends what their reaction is, because if they're like, mate, I'm so sorry, then all right, I can allow it. But if he's maybe it means a lot more to me.
Shut up, man. Only trainers. What was one of them? Or just
don't even say that to me, G. It's oh my days.
Imagine.
We're going down if that happens. It's going down, trust me.
I hear that.
But listen, Canada Goose, Night Zoom, Spiritons, you got to listen to some music. We were talking about this kid before, big Arsenal fan as well. He's the self-pronounced Prince of Grime. It's Yizzy. Obviously, just put out the song Thierry Henry, filmed at the Emirates. He's obviously been on the Bias Premier League show recently. Grime just come out with JME. Incredible, bro. Talk to me.
Yeah, bro. I think we kind of mentioned before, like I'm kind of new to hearing of Yizzy, and if I'm honest, everything I've heard from him, I'm being impressed. Like, yeah, he's just been on fire, and that Thierry Henry tune was just—it's a slapper, bro. Like in the car, well, when I have my car, in the car, it just goes off. Like, yeah, man, it's just absolute banger. So, and then obviously Grime, I listened to that this morning, and I was just so impressed. I was like, yeah, this bro's calling himself the Prince of Grime.
What's the video though, bro? Have you seen the video for Grime?
I saw the video as well. Yeah, he's going through old, like they got Boy in the Corner, and they got all the old. Yeah. He crossed me. Like, I was like, yeah, this guy's got it going on. Got Storms. His music videos like featured, but in his style, I was like,
Giggs' free wheel ups, his cameo as well. Crazy. Big up, Yizzy, man.
Yeah, big up for real.
Now, obviously, you got to eat. When I was talking to you yesterday about the match day mixer, you were like, but is this food that I eat and then travel to the game with, or is this food I get at the game? You've gone with a burger and chips. I mean, what kind of burger and chips though? Because obviously you can get your bougie ones, but then outside the ground, if you're looking to grab a little something before you head in, it ain't gonna be bougie. Yeah,
no, you're right. But you know what? Them ones in that photo there, they look kind of lengths though. I like skinny fries. That burger in that photo is crisp. That's a bit of meat. If I can find that, I'm winning. I'm having a great day. You ever got that image? Yeah, big up to them. Yeah, because that's what we're looking for. That's what I'm looking for.
Big ups to Stan Lito on the images.
Come on,
obviously, you've got to wash it down as well. Now, a lot of people would go for an alcoholic drink. A lot of people would go for a hot drink, especially if it's a cold game. We've never had this drink before, bro. I can't lie. Never had apple juice. That looks like fire apple juice as well.
I'm gonna get corn for it. Listen, again, yeah, shout out Stan. That photo, that apple juice looked crisp. That's a bit of me. But no, on a serious, I drink apple juice like all the time. I drink a lot of squash as well.
I love apple juice.
I love it. So ice cold apple juice is my fave. So I know it's different. Like you said, everyone goes for alcohol or a hot drink. Obviously, the goose has got me warm, so I don't normally need a hot drink. The food normally warms me up. And I normally just need something to wash it down. I don't drink alcohol, which is a bit mad as a fan, but as people may think. But because of football, since when I was playing, we used to get drug tested randomly, and we used to get fined for any alcohol in the system. So ever since then, I just never really drunk. I never really drunk alcohol from then, and even to this day. And if I'm honest, I'm quite a mad, exuberant, confident kid. So when I'm out, all the boys are like, I need to get drunk before I do. But me, bro, I'm number one on the dance floor. I'm there. I'm loud. So yeah, bro, I don't need that sober things.
Sick, man. Love that. Bayesian Pop says, man's moving like Cal from Kopish. Basically, there's another channel, Kopish, and Callum is just always backing up apple juice, just every episode, and people get onto it. So yeah, you're moving like Cal.
Man, let him live, man. I respect him. Let him live, bro. Apple juice is the way for
Right, let's move on to Would You Rather. Some great questions this week. Some Arsenal-based questions. Some tough ones, bro. Who would you rather take now in their prime? We've got Fabregas, Vieira, and Tony Adams. That's the exact kind of reaction I was looking for, bro. This is a hard question.
Yeah. Give me a couple seconds here.
Yeah, do your thing. Obviously, Fabregas, I would say his prime was what, 07 to 11?
Yeah.
Yeah, what, 2001 to 2005?
Yeah. And then Tony Adams.
Big TA, bro. This guy was I actually learned a stat from Troops the last time we filmed a preview, and he's like, Tony Adams is the only captain to win the league in 3 decades: the 80s, 90s, and 2000s.
Swear down, bro. Bro, let me, yo, Troops, big up Troops, man. Yeah, every time big up Troops. All right, that's a 6 stat. All right, cool. Let me break this down quickly because it's a bit of a mad one because I would have said, because I'm a big fan of Vieira, that would have been my actual normal pick. But due to the circumstances of Arsenal at the moment, so if we're looking at the team now and what I think would be great for the team now, I would say Fabregas. I know it sounds bad, but I feel like we lack creativity. Obviously, we got Partey, who I don't want to put the pressure on him to fill the boots of Vieira, but I'm hoping that is the route he's going to go and the path he's going to have is the Vieira sort of role and live up to that expectation. Tony Adams, great centre back, leader as well, which I feel like at times Arsenal and actually a lot of teams don't have. They don't have their solid leaders. I feel a lot of teams are trying to find the leaders that have left the game from their clubs. But we've got Gabriel and David Luiz. I think he's got so much potential, and I think where we're lacking is the creativity. So Fabregas, my G, Cess as well. Man's called Cess as well. Let me pick that one. Yeah, Fabregas, man. Okay. That's that one. Good question, though. That's a big listen. Big up to you.
I've still got another question for you, and it's this one. Who would you least like to lose to injury this season? We've got Aubameyang, Leno, and Partey. I actually asked who was on the show, an Everton fan, Terry from Toffee Blues TV. He said, I gave him the option of James, Richarlison, and Calvert-Lewin, and he said James. He can't lose James. Who are you least likely to be happy with losing for the season?
Aubameyang.
Okay, that makes sense.
First of all, who I'd hate to see go?
Out of these players, one gets injured for the whole season. Who would you like that to be?
Okay, bro. Like, gosh, but I haven't seen, because of Arteta, I haven't seen enough of him because he got his obviously 8 minutes. I haven't seen enough of him to not warrant him staying. Really, if I'm honest, I feel like Partey, if you get injured, it'll be sad. But listen, we can't have Aubameyang. There's no way he's my guy, and I want him to. He's our saviour. Leno is on form. I've got to give him his props. Leno's done really well for us at the start of the season, so we need him. And then Partey, I'm sorry, bro. I haven't seen enough of you yet to warrant you staying out of this question. Yeah, don't get onto me because of this question. Cool, good question again, though.
Love that. Bajan Pop says Tony Adams would set you up at the back and Partey can sort out the middle, so you don't need Fab and Vieira. Well, I think he's got a point in terms of once your defence is settled, it kind of radiates up, doesn't it? And I think Tony Adams is such a leader. So
I hear that.
For this one, no, he says has to be Aubameyang. Obviously, Cameron then says has to be Oba. Who else will score? Nuclear atoms. Aubameyang. He literally carried Arsenal last season.
Wait, did I get the question wrong then? I'm saying I want Partey. I don't mind if he got injured. I need.
Yeah. No, you're saying Aubameyang. You would not want to get injured. Yeah. So everyone agreeing with you, bro. There. So good to know. Right, let's talk about the top of the Kops moments of the week. Obviously, this show is loosely based on popular music show Top of the Pops. And with Top of the Pops, there's always a number one at the end of every week. Now, trust me, finding positives to talk about for a number two and a number one this week for me, trust me, it's been hard, bro. I've been scraping the barrel. And this is how much I've been scraping the barrel, because number two this week is simply Thiago playing well until he got injured. He's going to be out. So that's number two. But number one, for sure, has to be this man. 100 goals now for Liverpool in 159 games, 41 assists. It's almost a goal or an assist every single game. Bro, I feel like it's time that people started putting a bit more respect on this man's name. Cecil's clapping. I respect it. Love that.
You know what? Listen, I'm a fan. Obviously, a fan of Arsenal, but a fan of good football, and big ups to that. That's a big stat as well, bro. Like, that is mad. Man. Sometimes you got to pay the respect and Liverpool's dues. So big up, man. For real.
100%, man. Listen, talk to us a little bit about the football side of things as well, man. Because there was a few questions earlier about are you good at ball? Talk to us about who you played for and kind of why it didn't kind of go to the next level.
Cool. So I was at Palace as a kid. When I was 15 on trial there for a bit, and then I left Palace and then went to Crawley Town and signed a scholar or 2-year contract at Crawley Town. Was deemed to be Crawley's next big thing. Was with the first team a lot. Had the gas just blown into me, and after a while, my youth team manager, was just wild, bro. Like, he used to abuse us, used to bully us, mentally just absolutely tear us to shreds. And I know it sounds like, oh, this is a sub story because man didn't make it, blah blah. But my manager's he's been blacklisted from working with footballers, so he's not allowed to work in footballers. He's not allowed to work with PFA. Like, he's been blacklisted, so it goes deeper. It was serious. So then I kind of fell out of love for football. Then went on after getting released. Yeah, after getting released at 18, I went on trial at a few other clubs for periods of time. Whilst I was going on trials, I went back to Crawley Town first team and was just training there to stay fit. Did that for a year. After a year, I got offered a non-contract, which is the contract where you don't get paid to play. But I'm going to be honest with everyone, I was broke at that point because I've been doing that for a year anyway whilst I'm on trial at clubs. So I said, you know what? I don't want to do that. And I just said, I'm stopping with football. Now, this is where all goes a bit mad. I became a dancer, so I went into performing arts training, became a dancer, and left the game of football. But during this time, I did amazing jobs. So I body doubled for Rashford. So Mark Rashford at Man United, I'm his main body double. So I did all his campaigns, his adverts. When people say, could you ball? One, there's YouTube videos of me playing. I play for various YouTube teams. And then two, I like my football that I get is with Rashford and top Premier League players. Like, I'm on set with them kicking balls. So I have to keep up the level. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, man, I do my thing. And now the only bit of football I really get due to work, because I'm here at AFTV all the time. I play YouTube football. So I was at Cheeky Sport first, then went to AFTV FC, where you can check the videos and make sure you watch, make sure you listen to what they're saying, because a lot of people have a reputation in this thing, as basically what I'm trying to say. So I went to AFTV FC, and then I left that, and then went to the Wall FC currently. So yeah, you can catch all footage there. So yeah, man. I mean, I've had a mad career. I can't just boast myself up. I'm just gonna say to you all, it's all there to be seen, and it's all in mine. So yeah, bro.
It's really sad sometimes when I watch a podcast called Under the Cosh, and it's a football podcast about some of the lower league stories. Because it's great, obviously, doing this channel. I'm a huge Liverpool fan, but I love football first and foremost, bro. So I'm ears to amazing stories of near misses and stuff like that. But one thing that I've learned from watching a lot of football content, especially with the lower league stuff, is that you can be an unreal player, but if you're unlucky enough to cross paths at the same time with a manager who doesn't believe in you, mentally bullies you, doesn't insert any faith in you, doesn't give you the chances, you can go from having so much promise and the ceiling being so high to, like what you said, he's basically turned you away from the game. And it's such a shame, because you just never know what could have happened if you got a different manager at that specific time who actually, instead of mentally bullying you, was trying to uplift you and give you chances. And I think it's so sad sometimes when people just don't get the right managers.
Yeah, it's really I know it's gonna sound crazy to people, but I have so many stories to back up this. I work with young kids now as well. Let's put it into perspective quickly. The players in Crawley Town, there was first years and second years. There's about 23 of us. Only one is still playing football out of that 23. Wow. Harry Anderson at Lincoln City. That's the only one still playing. So that kind of sums it up. And there's loads of other. I could bore you all day, but there's so many stories. Football's not, for a fan's perspective, not what you think. Honestly, when you get into the game, it's crazy, bro. And like you said, imagine I came into Crawley with untouched. I was raw. They said you're going to be the next big thing, and then the manager's like, I need you to be like this, to fit the way I want you to play. I change and adapt to his playing style, and then he drops you, and then you're like, well, so what happens? What happens here? And then there's loads of stories, but listen, that's what it is, bro. I can ball, like I said, but there's so many stories, and just yeah.
Yeah, well, listen, bro. One day I hope I play CDM in it, and I'm that long ball guy. So I played a game, not a celeb game, a YouTube game. There's a few celebs that were playing. I wasn't one of them, but I see Merkston just making a little dot behind the centre back. So I've looked up now. 60-yard pinger on his chest, and he just booted it in, and I was like, yeah, come on. So I hope to set you up one day from one of my long pings. That's all I can say.
Oh, bro, that can be arranged. We got time now. We're gonna be linking up a lot. So yeah, definitely.
Like you say, bro, definitely going to be linking up a lot. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. You're going to see a lot more of Cecil all over AFTV's socials, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm all here for it, bro. So again, thanks so much for coming on. Cecil_G on IG, Twitter as well, and you're going to see him all over AFTV. But for now, my brother, thanks for coming on top of the Kops, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you very much. Take care, everyone. Peace.